Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is for you. I'm Cyclo, and this is Let's Play Train Simulator. Let's get into the scenario we're going to do today, which is roll on Summerston. I'll talk more about it once we get into the scenario. I'll see you in the map. Something a little different about this one. We're driving a 158. I believe this is a 158 we're driving here. So this is a little bit of a different train than we've been used to driving lately. So we're going to go ahead and get used to driving that train in a moment. But first we're going to take a look at the route here as I'm going to stand outside on a nice wintry day. There's some nice lady walking by. So we're going to be starting here at Anniesland Platform 3. And as you can see, we're going to some stations that are not on the electric route. We'll deal with that. So we're going to be going from here over to Kelvindale. In this short 20-minute scenario, we're going to head over to Kelvindale. We're going to head over to Maryhill. We're going to head over to Summerston. We're going to head over to Gilshochill. Gilshochill, I presume is how you say that. To Possilpark and Parkhouse Platform 1. Possilpark used to be a stop on another route that no longer exists, so this is a different way to get here now. We're going to continue to Ashfield. And then to Glasgow Queen Street all the way down here at the bottom. But we're going to be on the lower platforms, these lower platforms, not the subway ones, but the lower ones here. So we're going to be coming into Platform 1, which is this one right here. We're going to be coming in here. That's going to be where we terminate on this run. Short 20-minute scenario. Let's take a look at the timings, because as I said, it's a short 20-minute scenario as this train takes off. And you can see that we are leaving at 2:35, and we're ending at, we're finishing at 2:54. So it's 19 minutes basically by the time we leave, 20-minute scenario. So we have to be, our next stop is in 2 minutes, then 2 minutes more, 2 minutes more, 2 minutes more, 2 minutes more. Final, every stop is 2 minutes, except for the last one where we have 7 minutes to get to Glasgow Queen Street. So simple aspect of a scenario here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's have some fun with this on Roll On Summerston. And we'll open the doors immediately. Good afternoon, driver. Today you are driving a short commuter service from Anniesland to Glasgow Queen Street High Level. I have a hard time saying that for some reason. You'll be going via the Maryhill Line. So yeah, the route map, you notice at the start is the Maryhill Line route if you're familiar with the area. We are beginning today at Anniesland Station. By the way, before I go ahead, let's just do the self-test. That's out of the way now. So we are starting today at Anniesland Station. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here, and we're going to take a look at the station. So this is Anniesland Station. It opened in 1874 under the name, opened in 1874 under the name Great Western Road and gained the current name in 1931. It also hosts the North Clyde Line, obviously, because it's most of the route, and the Argyll Line, which we'll talk about more later because a lot of it is off this route. Passengers have already boarded, so I need to get going. Wow. I didn't think that was ready to go already. So we're going to get ourselves moving here. So other trains, so this is Class 158 that we're in today, as you can probably see from the controls there. So we're going to be taking this Class 178. We're leaving the station at 20 miles per hour. We have to get to our next station in 2 minutes. Now you'll find Class 156 and 170 sometimes in this area as well, because there are different diesel trains that do these routes. But this 157 is the one that's most commonly seen in this route, apparently. That's why this is used in this DLC. I will explore the train at a later time. And by the way, Armstrong Powerhouse has models of all three of those trains as well. So you can definitely use those as well. Why am I in step 1 brake? Okay, that's not safe. So I'm going to ease off the throttle a little bit. I don't need to keep gaining too much speed because we're going to stop very quickly. 2 is fine. So you see the station is coming up there, so I'm going to get ready to hit the brakes in just a moment. Throttle is completely off now. And now I'm going to put step 1 of the brakes on. There you go. Good enough. We're in the platform. I don't care. I'm more worried about getting our timetable stops on time, so if we're early in the platform, so be it. We get our stop in. Now, we're going to be on an uphill gradient of 1.85, so we're going to go ahead and put the gas on so we're ready to go right away as soon as we leave. keep it in full service for a moment. So you may notice the cord going off to the left. That was leading to the excuse me, I'll try that again. That was leading to the Knightswood North Junction and Westerton Station, which we're not going to see on this journey. So on this particular station, this particular station was built in 2005. There was an old Kelvindale station that no longer exists. It's gone. But that station, this station now serves the Maryhill Line, which we'll talk more about Maryhill Station in a moment, because that used to be the terminus for the line before this station was built to lead us to Anniesland as the new terminus for the Maryhill Line. So a little bit of change in the way that the route has been set up here. Now notice our leave time is 14:37. I'm a little concerned here. We only have 2 minutes between our stops, and we're going to be here for a long time, it looks like. So let's hope that we don't get too much of a penalty here. As soon as the doors close, I'm taking that brake off, and don't penalize me. Do not penalize me. Whatever you do not penalize me. There we go, and yep, I got a bonus, so we're good. Why am I in emergency? I did not want to do that. So let's get the gas up to 25 as quick as we can here. So this cord, by the way, did close, a single track station, as you can see. This cord closed due to a signal box fire, and that's the reason why the Kelvindale station closed in 1980. The track was lifted in 1988 and rebuilt. So that track obviously services the station now, and Maryhill Line services are the only services that go on this line. So I'm going to lower the throttle because I don't want to speed. I'm not going to be able to go past 25, so I'm a little concerned about the timing on this station because I can't go past 25. I'm going to keep the speed fluttering a little bit in the 25 area here. That's what I want to see right now. As soon as I get close enough, I'm going to put the brakes on service 1, then step 2. Step 1, then step 2. This is coming from the Knightswood South Junction, or North Junction rather. So this is the other way around. It's kind of like a triangle, if you will. I'm just going to let the engine coast at this point, and hopefully I'm good with my timing. Step 1 is now on. And I'll put it on step 2 now. No need to really do anything beyond that. And there we go. So this station has a tumultuous history. We actually, on this particular station, on this particular station, it opened in 1858, closed in 1951, reopened as Maryhill Park in 1960, was closed 10 months later to passengers, freight traffic still went, was demolished in 1964, rebuilt and opened in 1993 under the original name of Maryhill again, and then later became Maryhill Park, and this was the terminus again until 2005 for the Maryhill Line. So we are on a bit of a slight uphill grade here. Looks like 125 is the points amount here. Actually, no, we're on a slight downhill right now. So we're actually going into a 60 right now. So I'm going to pump that throttle up so we can get as much speed as we can before the station. We need to make sure we do stop on time. We are going to get to about at least 40. So I need to make sure I stop so I don't run past the platform. This being very close and being such a tight timetable, this can be tricky. I'm going to coast the throttle a little bit beyond 30, and hopefully we got enough. I'm going to lower the throttle right now, actually. And now we're going to coast it. I'll take the brakes back off. And now I'm going to put it back on, step 1. Step 2. This will get us to a stop. So we are at Summerston Station right now. Doors open, thank you. And I'm not going to put the throttle on yet. So we are at Summerston Station now. The original station closed in 1951, served the Kilsyth to Maryhill route on the Kelvin Valley Railway. That railway, by the way, was lifted in 1966, and none of it exists anymore. So that railway is gone. went through, obviously, a different track through the city. Looking at our timing, yep, 14:41. We were here, so we should be okay. So we're going to get to Gilshochill. We are leaving at 60 miles per hour. We are going to take a right turn, or we're going to be taking, sorry, a track into there. And in 1993, the station that we're going to, Gilshochill, I always have trouble saying that, opened as Lamhill Station. As under British Rail, the name was changed in 1998 under Railtrack, which itself has since become defunct in 2002. The name did remain from that particular company, though, so that name is still there. Gilshochill. We're coming to that station right now. Looks like we are going into... Actually, I know what that icon is, because I did research this. So I know what that icon is coming up, and I'll explain that when we get there. I'm not going to increase the throttle. There's no point. We're getting really close to the station. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut it now. I might lose some timetable points for this, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the brake step 1 right now. You have to be really smooth on these stops, by the way. Otherwise, you will lose time. Step 2 now should be good. Get us stopped a little quicker so we can get people on the train. And I'll move back to step 1 so we're ready to go when we get out of here. There we go. And there's a train coming by, going the other direction. Again, another Maryhill Line service, because those are the only services on this line. Others may go through, but not stop. So we're going to be taking a right turn exiting Gilshochill Station, and what we're going to be coming upon is the Forth and Clyde Canal, which will be we'll be veering back to the left to enter the station after that, the next station. Still on the bonus, which is good. Let's go ahead and kill that. So yeah, the Forth and Clyde Canal is coming up next, and then the station after that is Possilpark and Parkhouse. That is our next stop on this journey. Not on our map yet, so it's a little bit further away, so we're going to be able to get that speed up a little bit faster here. And now you can see it on the map. There's a couple signals, one right after the station. As long as we don't have an adverse signal here, we should be good for the signal beyond the station as well. At least we should be cleared in based on the previous screen. Gonna lower the throttle down. I don't want to put it all... Well, you know what? I will leave it. I want to get up as close to 60 as we need to here. We are going to stay green. Ashfield is right after, as you can see, so these two stations are close. I'm going to move the throttle down now. I apologize if there is some lag here. I am playing this on 32-bit because I am having problems with the 64-bit version, so it may not be as good quality. Yeah, we're going 50. I'm going to live with that. If we get penalized, we get penalized. Actually, no. I probably want to get... Because we're going to have to hit the brakes soon anyway. We are losing a little bit of speed on this gradient, which is fine. We do have something going on ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and just get our speed down so we don't have a problem coming in, getting an emergency red at some point. Should be a yellow, though, I imagine. This should be good. Put it in full service so I can come to a stop quicker. And there we go. So yeah, we've arrived at Possilpark and Parkhouse. This station, again, is different from the Possil station that served the area from 1897 to 1908 and from 1934 to 1964, where it was renamed Possil North in 1954. That was a station that served the Caledonian Railway. It actually linked to the Springburn area, Springburn Park Goods. Which I imagine was near the Springburn station, current location. So let's get the brakes off. And I'm putting the throttle on before releasing the gas because we are on an uphill gradient for a lot of this journey. In fact, we're now on a 1.102 gradient as we leave the station. So let's get the speed up a little more now, but not too much because we do have Ashfield right ahead. That's our last stop before Glasgow Queen Street. I'm maintaining a perfect score right now, which I did not expect. I did take a practice run and I actually had a bad time with one of my first stops, so I'm actually surprised I'm clean from here on. So far. And I'm having a hard time with this uphill, so I'm not going to get very high in my speed. I'm going to ease the throttle off right now because of this problem, because I have to brake soon anyway. But this uphill should really help me with hitting the brakes. I'm at 30, which is probably going to be as good as we want to go. In fact, I need to hit the brakes probably right about now. I'll take it off because I'm coming in a little slower than I expected, so there we go. Thank you. The doors are open. So Ashfield. So we just came into Ashfield. This is our last stop before Glasgow Queen Street, and not really much I have on this station right now. We're going to come upon Cowlairs Junction after we leave the station. That will merge with the track that comes from Bishopbriggs. If you don't know about Bishopbriggs, Edinburgh to Glasgow route. That's literally where it came from. And that's a 2010 release according to Steam. So you can find that particular location on that route. We have a little more time to get to Glasgow Queen Street, by the way. 7 minutes in between the two stops here. Timeliness bonus. I love seeing that. And let's get going as we leave this lovely lady behind on the side. Since I have a little more time, I'm going to go ahead and bump the speed up to 60, but I want to see what the signal was. It's a yellow signal. I actually don't want to go too fast because of that yellow signal. That tells me we're going to be having an adverse red signal ahead, and that's not too far away, so I'm actually going to ease off the throttle until I see what that signal is up ahead. If it's a red, I'm going to have to hit the brakes. In fact, I have a 15 right now, so thankfully I'm already under 15. And I have rain. And that's not the rain button, is it? No. I forget what the wipers button is. That's the cab light. Oh, signal's still a little bit away here. So that goes towards Bishopbriggs. It's hard to see the signal here, so I'm trying to be careful. It's a green now, so we are cleared into Glasgow Queen Street at this time. We're going to be going to the platform on the far right when we arrive. I'm apparently speeding. I did have a perfect score. I no longer have a perfect score. I'll live with it. I didn't realize I was gaining speed that fast. That surprised me. And there's the wiper button. So that path goes back towards Springburn. So that path should head off in that direction at this point. And as we're coming out of the junction, the Cowlairs Cord will join us coming from Springburn as well. So this is a bit of a triangle here. There's a 40 on the next track. It looks like we're going to go over to that track because we have to go all the way to the right anyway. And after we get to that track, we can then go 40. I've lost my perfect score, so not really a big deal now. And actually, no, not go to that track. Okay, what do I know? As you can see, the timetable stop is 14:54, so I just have to make sure I don't spend too much time going here. Oh, I'm at a 50 now. I should speed up. But we're not going to get to 50. We're going to only go to 40. So while I'm getting into the Queen Street station, I'll just note that the next snare I'm going to be playing is Milngavie to Airdrie, but we're going to be stopping at Belgrove because our DLC ends at Belgrove. So that's going to be the next scenario I play. East Dunbartonshire Commuter is the name of that scenario, which I will play next. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And as you can see, the Queen Street Tunnel is ahead, so we are going to go through there on the way into our platform. I might have lost too much time not noticing that we had a 50, and therefore I might lose some points on timeliness penalty. But like I said, so be it. As long as I get my star, I don't really care. So 30 is our speed limit coming up. So I'm going to ease off the throttle because we're getting close to 40 right now. I want to see what... no, we're on a downhill. I need to put some brakes on. Just a step 1 brake should be fine as we come to this Queen Street Tunnel. I will gain a little speed here and then I'll hit the brakes again. There's the end of the route for us. And now I'm going to try to ease into this 30 very, very gently. This is downhill all the way, so we're going to have to ride these brakes. I'll take it off for a moment so I can stay around 30, but we do have a 20 coming up. And I'm gaining speed way too fast. I'm just going to keep riding these brakes. So, speaking of Glasgow Queen Street, thank you. Speaking of Glasgow Queen Street, one of the lines that terminates here is called the Croy line. It also uses the Bishop Briggs path that we that is on the Edinburgh to Glasgow route. I am feathering the brake, as you can see. We have our double yellow, so the next signal will be a single yellow. And then we are cleared into Glasgow Queen Street based on that. I'll take the gas off now because the speed coming up is 20 and I still have a little ways to go. And now I'll try to put it back on. So I think I let off the brakes a little too early here. Let's turn the wipers off. I think I let off the brakes, put on the brakes a little too early there because we could have gone a little bit faster coming into the 20 zone. As long as we stopped in time. We do have 15 coming up after that. Now I'm going to feather the brakes to stay around 20 for the time being, but I have to eventually lower it to 15. Let's put the headlights on. That's cab light. Now I'm going to have to keep the brakes on to get to 50. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I planned the timing correctly on some of these speeds in the last part of the journey, so we're kind of losing a lot of speed here now. We're going to come out of the tunnel right now into Glasgow Queen Street. We're going to be coming over to platform M, I believe it said. I'm going to make sure the speed gets down low enough for the time we get into platform, because the AWS ramp might put us into emergency if we don't. I have lost a lot of speed now, so I'm going to put some throttle back on so we can come in. Yeah, I'm going to probably be late now. 14:54 was my arrival time, and I'm late. Oh, it put on emergency brake. I didn't even realize the buffers were there. Great. Another penalty. Love it. Love it. Another needless penalty. Well, I'm not going to redo it. It's a short scenario, but I'm not going to redo it because that's also a bit of a more stressful one with the stop so short like that. A little bit of a stressful situation. So let's see if I got my gold star. I might lose a few points on the timing at the end, but let's see how bad it is. 988 is for me a best case scenario right now. That's still pretty good. I'm happy with the 988 if I get it. This credit probably say I'm late leaving on the... Oh, I got the full 125. There you go. 988. I've completed the scenario. So, yeah, for the next scenario, I will see you next time for East Dunbartonshire Commuter. And we're going to take a quick look at my score here. And as you can see, I just lost the little bit for speeding there. That unexpected speeding. I didn't think I was getting up where I did. And that emergency brake, which apparently I have to be under around 10 coming in the platform. And I didn't realize the buffer was that close either, which was also scary. So I'll see you next time. I am Cyclone. I'll see you for East Dunbartonshire Commuter. Until then, have a good day, evening, or night, whatever it is for you. See you next time. Bye-bye.